So today we are going to be jacking the aircraft completely off the ground.
Okay. Stop! Stop there.
So Mike, why are there 2 stars on the fuselage?
If you see anything that you believe is wrong, report it. Tell somebody.
Fronts up together.
Right, listen in. Back jacks up 1.
Yeah. See where we are.
Yeah.
This is Nick Dennis. Nick is a well-experienced Vulcan captain, and not only a captain, but a qualified Vulcan flying instructor.
It's 7:30 a.m.
7:30 on a Saturday morning. Welcome back to 655.
What are we doing today, Matt?
So today we are going to be jacking the aircraft completely off the ground. So we need to recuperate the undercarriage. As she sat permanently on the undercarriage, there's a lot more strain goes on the undercarriage than would be normal. So over the years, natural, she sits a bit lower, and it's come round that we need to recuperate her standard procedure. So what we'll do, we've got 4 jacks underneath the aircraft. We'll position the 4 jacks, we'll raise her up so she's completely clear of the ground, hydraulic rig on, recuperate the undercarriage, and then drop her back down again.
So how far down do you reckon she actually is from where she should be?
Probably a couple of inches down on the undercarriage it is at the moment. Yeah, we'll get a lot of recuperation out of her. We've not done it since 2018, so it's been 6 years since we've jacked her. We try and do it every 2 years, but due to COVID and other things getting in the way, we've not had the chance. So now the time's come to get around to do it.
Okay. So what are the main challenges in doing it? Is it going up evenly, or is it?
So the main challenges are getting the jack operators to go up evenly, as you said, go down evenly. What we want is we don't want any twist or any play in the airframe, as that puts strain on the airframe. So it's imperative that the team work well together today. The jack operators work well together, and the single point of command from the person that's in charge to make sure that the operation's done safely. We're lifting a whole aircraft off the ground at 65 tons. It's
yeah,
we need to make
4 to 15 tons per point.
On 4 very small jacking points, it is one of the most riskiest things we do after running engines and running the aircraft. It's a lot of weight on a 4 very small jacking points.
Jacking points might be what, like maybe 2 inches square?
Probably around that, probably a little bit less than that. The contact point is tiny on the jacks.
There's a lot of marking 4 small points.
It's a lot, yeah. It's a lot. They're positioned to take it, but if it goes wrong, then yeah.
So is there a plan to go using a plumb line today, or is it that critical to have it absolutely bang centre?
So the plumb line will be installed. We didn't use the plumb line last time, but the position is in the cockpit. I suspect what we'll do is follow the usual process of we'll go fronts up together, then backs up together, fronts up together, backs up together. It's not as critical for us to make sure that she goes up evenly because we're not flying the aircraft. So rather than having a plumb line and 4 operators operating the jacks at once, is a lot safer if we have 2 jacks operating at once and go backwards and forwards up. Particularly with the experience of the crew we've got today. I think there were only 4 or 5 here last time we actually jacked her that are going to be here today, so we've got a lot of people who've done this who are only going to do this for the first time. I jacked her last time, so we need to be mindful of the experience of personnel we've got as well. So it's a lot safer if we do fronts and backs independently. It's not going to put too much strain on the aircraft what we do that way.
Okay. And for the benefits of people who don't know what we're talking about, the plumb line, can you explain briefly what it is and why you use it?
So the plumb line, there's a position in the cockpit behind the middle seat at the rear, and the plumb line will attach to the top of the cockpit, and it will. It's a long line with a metal plumb on the end that then sits across a board that we install on the aircraft. What that does is that when we lower and raise the aircraft, that plumb will move depending on whether we're high in one corner, low in the other corner, and then we can correct that, and it gives us an indication of where the aircraft is sat evenly, front, back, port, starboard, and then we can correct the rotations So we correct the jacks down here to make sure that she's level again. Other than that, you have no indication of where the aircraft's at in terms of levelness. There's no other indication, so we have to install the plumb line to tell us where the aircraft's at.
And one last question: how long should it take to go up and to come back down?
So it should take about 40 minutes to go up. The actual job will take about 5 minutes, and then about half an hour, 40 minutes to come back down again.
Of course, it's been painted around, so it's a bit stuck in. So I'll fall off the ladder. There we go. To be placed like that.
I see that screws back in there.
Screws back in there, and this is the cup on top of the jack. It sits into this. Okay.
Depends if it slides.
It will have to be scaffolding poles and brute force now
Oh gosh!
to get them any closer.
Did you wait a bit this morning?
I didn't know.
No. Kira, is it on the down? Is it?
It's
Is there any controllability?
these jacks, they've been around a few years. So
Right. So you.
But you've got a collar, so it only
yes,
goes
so
down
you've
the
got the
collar.
Yeah. But does it suddenly just drop down really quickly? It's a bit like your trolley jack. If you twist it too fast,
So-
it just suddenly goes really quick. Or
It's
Quite a long time since I've done it, and I don't know how often. I mean, you've got to get used to it.
So what you'll do when you come down, you'll spin the collar up. That'll go,
Yeah.
and you'll slot a penny in.
Okay.
Okay, and then when the
Not that way.
No,
it takes
no,
a long
that's
time to
I've
jack
only
them
got
up.
10
Be there all day.
10
you'll
piece.
open the valve, and then it will come down, and then it will stop when the collar
Yeah.
hits,
Okay. Yeah.
and that's as far as you go.
Right.
Again, when
We've
we're
got
jacking
some real
up,
currency somewhere.
Yeah.
when you jack up, we jack up so you can slide a penny in.
Yeah.
We then stop, collar
collar
goes down,
Yeah.
is then locked, and then the jack won't move once the collar's all the way down.
Okay.
And you just repeat. Like that, that's now completely locked.
You're jacking a total all-up weight that the jacks can take on here. You do need 2 people to jack it up.
Right. Okay.
Um,
Full of fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, no, you can't jack full of fuel. You have to empty the aircraft.
Oh. Okay.
The amount of fuel we've got
Right,
on
okay,
board
okay.
is a little bit over the top.
Oh, right. Okay.
But these jacks are actually exactly the same as the ones at the front, which are higher, right? The only thing is this collar
Right.
is different, and that collar is because these jacks are usually stored lying down
Oh, are they?
with the
Oh.
collars off them.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. That's why I just packed all the legs
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
And the legs come off.
Yeah.
You just pull the pin out.
Yeah.
We did find that they are pit pins last week. They are actually pit pins.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
What sort of weight would be in that?
They're about what three quarters of a ton all loaded. So I mean these cylinders these cylinders are absolutely solid. You can see that's that these cylinders. It's a standardised jack cylinder from there up to the top. There is an adapter that goes on from there down to the bottom and fits to the legs that allows you to make 2 different sizes of jack. This is the short jack, and if you look at the front ones you can see they're much higher. The large jacks out there. So during operation, the first thing we do is we slide it into the aircraft and we place it so that the legs are in, as you see them now, in reference to the frame of the aircraft. Once you've got them in there, there is one adjuster here, which is usually on the outboard side of it, and that just stops the jack from rocking. So we put that underneath, we line it up with the jacking adapter on the underside of the aircraft, because these jacks are standard. they could be used with an adapter plate which took that right down to the floor, or with the short stub, or with the longer stub. And there were several other stubs in the kit that you could get. Again, the side posts are different, so that's one kit for that, one with these in it attached to that. This whole thing would normally be stored flat. There is a wheel kit for moving it long distances that actually fits onto this collar here, these collars here, and on the far side. So you had 2 wheels and a third wheel at the back, and this is the tow point, so you could actually tow it behind a tug. About 2.5 miles an hour. Anything more than that, you were asking for trouble. To operate the jack itself, once it's underneath the aircraft, you close the release valve, make sure the release valve is closed, and then jacking handles fit onto the jacking points. These haven't been on for a while. Like so. It says it works properly, see? So the two stubs on here are so when you're using the short jack, which that's right down on the floor, you can get a reasonable jacking point on it. So when it gets to that point, the 2 crew that are operating the jacks operate the jack, which raises, and this went up easy there, which raises the core of the jack. When we get to about 1 old penny thickness, sorry, width, not thickness, we'll go into there. We lock off the jack with the locking collar. Once that's locked onto there, the aircraft is not going to drop. Obviously, coming down, the reverse of the process, you undo the collar by 1 penny. It's what they had around at the time. So you've got a penny in the pocket. Bring the collar down, and then you lower the jack. Now hopefully this will go down. Should do. There it is. And when it gets to the set level, obviously it will stop because it's now sitting on top of the collar. Close off the valve.
And then rinse and repeat.
Then rinse and repeat, yes.
Excellent.
Then you've got your steering us.
That's getting very close to the...
Ooh! That way. That way. That way. Rick, that way.
And do we want these legs in the position area?
Yeah, what do you mean legs, Alan?
Well, do you want them square like this, or do you want them in a diamond?
Get it in position and then we work
And then spin it.
One more. Yeah, we'll have to spin it once it's, Okay, that'll do. Okay.
Too high, guys. Stop. You're too high. By about just the amount that the jack's up at the moment.
Jack will go in a little. He does. You sure?
You've still got that. The collar's not all the way down.
It's not all the way down.
No, but if the
Still not going to go underneath.
Wind it all the way. Piston is all the way down, it's not going to move.
What's going on there?
That's not right.
No, there's a bit in.
Well, the collar's seized onto
The collar's seized onto the.
Oh, sideways, yeah.
Use the tapping device. Yeah, hammer, please.
Is that turning the whole of the top of the jack?
Just try pumping it up a bit. Hang on. Close that first. Right, go up. No, it's free.
It's free.
It's free, yeah.
We're too low then.
We're too low on the aircraft.
Hang on a second. Why are you trying to use that jacking point?
Because that's the main jacking point.
You jack on the secondaries.
You don't jack on the mains, don't you? We always jacked on the inboard. That's the secondary point, that's the secondary jack.
But if we can't get into that...
If you can't get to that one, you're going to have to use the secondaries on both sides. So we can make a decision how to use secondaries because the aircraft's so low. Can we recut the thread on that while it's out?
You're going to have to use the secondaries.
We'll have to use the secondaries.
On the front.
Easy said than done.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
You can't tell.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Because we haven't jacked the aircraft since 2018, we should do it every 2 years. She's lower than she would normally be when we come to jack this. So we can't get the jack under the normal jacking point. So we'll now use the secondary jacking point, which is up there a bit higher. We can get the jack underneath and we'll jack the aircraft. There's a weight limit on the secondary jacking points, but we're not going to exceed that. We'll then progress as normal. Yeah. Oh. Oh.
You got the right leg pointing in the right direction.
Yeah, so that needs to come in this way.
Left leg in.
This leg
Left leg
needs to be on the
You do
outside.
that.
Yeah, so we need to rotate, we need to spin.
Right, give on the other side.
What I need is a young engineer,
I just thought
an
something.
apprentice to do
We
this.
had to laser this side and laser that side.
That's what you can put. Afternoon, Dan.
Don't do things.
Yeah, good.
Close.
Too far, back the other way.
Only a centimetre.
Like that.
You're still off.
This way about that.
Okay,
That way still.
so that way. Okay, up at that, Tim.
Still.
Keep her out. Still.
Keep going. Stop.
That's the pressure on that.
Just want me to go that way just slightly.
Now you've got pressure on it. Now you've got an aircraft on it.
Just not quite.
No, but if you get it sat, it will sit
Yeah.
properly.
Yeah. Where's your penny?
Don't need it when you come down about 20 quid.
No, because it will stop going. That will stop coming down when you've got weight on it. Like that. Now you've got weight on that jack now, so that is not to be touched.
You're on this side as well, yeah?
You're almost there. Carry on, chaps.
Carry on!
I think the other thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to drop these down. These are too high.
Those are two, yeah. Because you've got
Mind you, it's in the middle of the puddle.
Yeah,
It's in the middle of the puddle at the moment.
Right, forward.
Mark.
It will still be in the middle of the puddle when it gets here.
Depending on which side the order's being given to.
What? You mean?
Boy! They're right!
Quick! For a pan.
That looks good this way.
To me,
You just want to go towards Tim slightly.
Do you want to jack it up now so you can see closer?
to me,
There's a
about
song.
that way.
Put it down.
Sorry?
You now
Go that way.
you now go that way.
Hang on.
All that way.
Okay.
Because
I'm at a
that's
better angle.
that'll.
And the pin's missing out of it as well, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't not popped out.
Does it come out now?
In the wagon.
I think that's it.
Hey!
Surprise, surprise, it works. Okay.
So you don't need this oil then?
No, we don't need that oil, but just in case for the next one. Nothing like being prepared.
Over now. Good spot.
Too long.
Yeah, keep going. Okay, you're going to want to probably stop around there to give us enough room to manoeuvre it. It needs to come towards me,
Not while I'm standing there.
Could somebody pass me the engine door screwdriver and I'll tighten this up while we're up here. Tar.
Still think you want oil in it.
Top one is loose, I take it.
Yeah.
Should be.
Yeah. Just a little bit loose, yeah.
Yeah. Let
Right.
the air in.
Towards me then.
Hang on.
You go.
So it still needs to go that way.
That way.
Looks like it needs to go that way from here.
Well, yeah, go
That way.
forward from where I am.
Yeah.
Towards the front of the
Slightly
aircraft,
that way.
please. Yeah. I know where it is. I'm looking at it at the corner of the eye. Put my hand on it.
Okay. Stop of that.
Pretty close.
Stop of that. Okay, go up on the jacks.
Still needs to go. Not far off.
Not far.
That's 2 and 6 at least up there.
Slow it down. Okay, stop of that.
One jack. Are we there?
Yep, you're there. You got weight on the.
Yeah, you're standing on it.
Thanks, Tim.
Not a lot of weight though.
It will move once you put more weight on it. I'm not.
No, it's close enough.
Okay, go.
As long as it's in the bowl.
Yeah, yeah.
And you've got weight on that because that is going down, so that's fine. Right, next.
Yeah.
Legs down. Hang on. That went. That dropped.
Those are the easy ones. Now lift the other end.
It's
Probably empty.
It's empty.
Hang on.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
And is it rear to front is how you fit them. So there'll be a small, medium, and large
Which one do you
connection,
want? Which one do you want first?
Medium large, yeah.
and you want the aft one first.
Which I think is the medium.
Medium.
Yeah. The order he wants them is medium, large, small.
Medium, large, small. Okay.
This shit's in the way.
Pull back on the outer, push it up and let go on the outer. You keep prepared to get covered in oil.
Is that a medium? Or
That's the medium, yeah.
Yeah.
That's in. Yeah. Right, me. I was reading it and I took a second look.
That's it.
Okay.
There he goes.
Right, only one left.
You say beach tail and ice at the same time. The first person on that new range I said I saw broke down.
Yeah.
That's it. It got moved like. Oh, come in the oil.
Yeah,
It got moved the day after when I was going back.
Yeah, sound.
Now just give it that. Right, on that side now.
Stop! Now we've got to do the painful bit.
What? Dan? Adjustments.
Oh, into the airframe, no spinning or anything. You want to come on gently.
Gently, Dan, gently.
Go! I don't think that's too bad.
Oh.
Trying to do the jacket. Hang on, is that right?
Yes.
Should be, I'll close it.
checked. That's time for a draft. Yeah.
Slow down. It's really cavitated.
What's the reason? Front line. We're a lot closer.
Tune going in.
But this is how it should be because we're both in sync with each other. The cadets won't do this later. Yeah. Right. I'd stop at that and let's have a bit of adjustment towards said jet pipe, please. Towards me slightly. On the other side. A little bit more of that. Gentle. That we'll try it at that. Somebody start pumping it up.
Lots of fluid from here.
I need a small ladder.
Through the normal turbo. Oh yeah.
Stop that.
Right. Okay.
Rick, can you get that? Okay, I want a slight barring from that side, ever so slightly that way.
So slightly what way?
Towards Tim, but very, very gently, because you're that close to the jet pipe now.
Oh really?
A little bit more. Okay, stop at that, continue pumping up at that. Okay, slow it down.
Oh right, that must be pretty sick.
Slow it, slow. Okay, you'll get weight on that any moment.
What you wanted to say.
Yeah, you've got weight, stop.
What you wanted to say is one component facility. I'll stand here and mark the spot.
Tim, where does it go?
There it goes. There!
Where it says access to main jacking point.
Yep.
Come volunteer, they said. How hard can it be?
Morning, Mike.
Hello, how are you?
Good yourself?
Yeah, well, mate.
Just want to come in
Tim, how are you?
from this direction now. Minding being careful and gently because we've got the jet pipe now. So. Yeah, we're going to have to go that way. One side. Wow, that's got a lot of water in it.
We got our own room.
Yeah. Well, not quite on the dining room.
Wait, the Howard up. That way. Up, yeah. Gently that way.
Yeah, keep going.
Stop. This is where it takes the time now, just the incremental adjustments.
Yeah.
Just very gently. Stop that.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, you need to go that way.
Towards me again.
Okay, you want to go because what it's doing is it's moving on the feet. Stop that. Because what it's now doing is it's move. So you want to the feet on that needs to be wound up all the way.
Looking at it yesterday out the back window and I thought,
How's that, Matt? Well, it didn't move when I stepped off it, so that will take that.
Simple, isn't it?
Well, I'll see when I get closer.
See?
Yeah. Bex won't do this later.
You're ruining what? You're ruining
Yeah, I think we need to readjust it again, yeah.
Do you want this one screwed up?
so you take the lock bracket off. You got the lock bracket off? Yeah.
Which way you want this one? You want it to come this way, yeah?
I want to go that way, so you want
Yes,
it down
to me.
to you.
Down.
Yes, you need a plate and there's a bag of bits.
You carry on. I'm going to go and get the laser level out.
That's a lot better. That's a lot better. Take that up on that one.
Level like that, is it? Look at.
It's a lot better. Yeah,
You wanna go
I
more?
would say you're there.
That's tight.
Right, look.
Not bad. Put the locks back on.
Right, I do now need a slight bit of poles and that way, please. Very gently.
At the back.
This one.
Hang on.
This one. Only.
Just this one. Because it's not square.
Right.
Stop there. I need my set of steps again.
I can't understand why he's wandering around with electrical bits when he put the start plates. Go on, Matt, you're right on that.
Yeah,
That's absolutely plumb.
that's spot on. And that's got the weight.
Well, that means that this one will almost certainly need topping up as we go.
It's a good job.
Oh.
It's a good job we got the oil and Mitsubishi that one.
Right. So these are the pennies that are used going that way into the jacks to measure the distance for lowering and raising again.
So it literally is the width of a penny.
Literally width of a penny, and that's the distance we go up at once and then come down at once. That's as far as we'll go up at once and down at once. That's all we do.
1891, the oldest one.
Slightly predates 655 then.
They're so smooth and
Yeah.
Yes, 1890. Yeah, predates 655 by
Queen Victoria on the front.
70 odd years. Yeah.
I'll come up when it's in then. Can I get
So Mike, why are there 2 stars on the fuselage?
Well, an Air Vice Marshal visited us many years ago, I must say, and showed me that in his logbook that he'd flown the aircraft a few times. So he said you could put 2 stars on the side of the fuselage because an Air Vice Marshal's entitled to 2 stars on the front of his car, and he's equivalent to a 2-star general. So that's the original 2 stars back on the aeroplane, yeah.
Tony, tell me a little bit about yourself and what brings you here today.
Okay, so I'm a retired aircraft engineer from the Royal Air Force. I spent 27 years on a variety of aircraft, engineering-wise. So I started off in Harriers, moved on to VC-10s, Tornadoes, and ended up on Hercules, where I became a ground engineer, which, as an engineer, you flew with the aircraft. I'm looking at this pan and thinking...
we do a FOD plod when we go out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the pan, if you drop a 2BA nut on the pan, you're on your hands and knees for 10 minutes trying to find it.
But with the height of the intake, provided you're not going above idle, you're not going to pick anything up off the pan anyway.
No, I mean... Who's done this before then? You have? Oh yeah, I have. Blimey. Because it hasn't been jacked since 2018 apparently.
You haven't jacked it before. None of you have.
No, I was going to say, you've probably done it, haven't you? Yeah. I haven't done it. Not this. Jacked aeroplane, but not this one.
Hughes is going to have to take over.
Yeah. So we're just waiting on Matt then, who's controlling it, and he'll direct you accordingly. And then someone has to monitor that. So if you start to...
2018, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, look, there's the engine door screws.
Yeah, I found that, yeah.
I think we are.
Oh, do I have to go all the way through?
62 in real money.
62 and a half. With a bend. All right, 62.
Morning, everybody. Welcome to 655. So today's aim is to jack the aircraft up off the ground completely to recuperate the undercarriage using the hydraulic rig, and then once we've done that, we will lower the aircraft back onto the ground. Goes without saying, obviously, without engine runs, this is a 55-60 ton aircraft we're going to lift completely off the ground today. So undivided attention from everybody. If you are not involved, everybody's completely clear if you are not involved. Essentially what we're going to do is we'll break down you guys into pairs, 1 pair per jack. I'll come around and give a demonstration on what's to be expected. You'll be supervised by 1 655 volunteer on each jack. The lifting up and down will be controlled by myself, my voice and my voice only, controlling the movements. If we need to stop, anybody can shout stop at any stage and everybody stops. No matter what stage you're at, we stop. We will deal with the problem and we will move forward. In case of equipment failure, the command will be given, get clear. If that command is given, you get clear immediately. You don't stop, you don't hesitate, everybody gets cleared. When I've detailed you to your individual jacks, I will go through your escape route to get out. We'll go up slowly, we're going to stagger up, so we'll go fronts up together, then backs up, fronts up, backs up, fronts up, backs up, and we'll stagger to the point where she's completely off the ground. And we will then proceed with the recuperation of the undercarriage. And we will come back down in the same manner after that. Any questions from anybody on what we're going to do? Okay. I'll take that as no questions.
If he's given, people on the jack who's in control of the jack ensure that the collar is screwed down to lock the jack.
We'll go through that when I brief.
Okay? So if we stop for any reason, the collar on the jack gets screwed down. Right? As I said, everybody, if you see anything that you believe is wrong, report it. Tell somebody. Right? We will do something about it if we need to. Otherwise, we'll explain why we're doing that or what the reason is, what you've seen. Okay? Other than that, keep yourself safe. Look out for the person next to you. Make sure they're safe. Right? And enjoy the session. Matt, back to you.
Right, okay, there's nothing else that I want to go through, so if you guys want to split yourselves down into pairs. Okay, and first pair, follow me. 655 volunteers. Rick, Simon, Alan, I haven't remembered your name yet, sorry.
Whatever you want.
Okay, okay, one of you on each of the 4 jacks with the pairs of cadets, and I'll give you the briefing the same time as the cadets on what I expect going up and down. Everybody else, clear of the aircraft, please. Right, okay then. Ready to start? Okay, so we start with the fronts up together. So start going up. Yeah. It will while it balances out.
Matt, give us a shout, stop when it goes in.
Get these guys to stop.
Ready? Okay. You go, guys.
Yeah, so just let the guys know when you can get that in. Right, backs up together.
Maybe it's speed.
Well, it looks like it's trying to come out.
Fronts up only.
Up, down, up, down, up.
So you're getting harder, isn't it?
Up, down, up.
Don't rush on it down.
Up, down.
Make sure you go all the way down as well.
Down, up, down,
Down.
down,
One more.
down.
Stick with it.
Okay, backs up only.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, I'm doing.
happy with that.
No,
No.
it's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, tons of it.
Right, front stop only.
Do you want to check your crumble?
I'll do it after the next one. See where we are.
More. Okay, I'll do it.
Right, go and check the plumb.
Okay, fronts again. Up, 1 penny. Yeah.
And I'll hope above the 810.
There's a gap there.
It's all good, we can go big foot.
We'll need the steps.
It's all good, we can go big foot. You'll find that it's like...
But if it's an emulsion, then by definition,
Oh,
it's
there's oil
always
in there
leaking.
as well, yeah.
We've had a load of water coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go and have a look at the plumb after this. Yeah.
Now we're falling back.
Yeah.
Well, we'll look 2 down.
Coming out of it.
Can you wipe that?
Engine screwdriver for me, please, Nicholas. It's coming back. You might have to go a bit quicker and see if you can get ahead of it because it's falling back each time. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
It needs its valve block servicing as well. There's a valve block on the bottom of each pot.
I'm going to check the plumb too, because that side's off. And this is still a bit low.
Yeah.
See where we are.
Yeah.
Well, I think the guys are assuming that the seal is gone inside the jack. Some of it is water because they're stored out in the open, but the majority of that is oil. So I don't know whether we've got any spare seals. Have we? So I guess we're going to have to service it when we've finished today. Yeah, it comes back a little bit each time. That's it.
I'll not bounce up the steps and...
Please don't bounce up the steps. Okay, it's near enough centre.
Okay.
So, yeah. We'll go backs up one only again, and then we'll go back to fronts.
Okay, I'll start that while you climb down. Right, listen in. Back jacks. Up. 1. In the case of that jack, up 2.
Tim?
Yep.
Fronts up, 1 please.
Right, listen in. Fronts up. 1.
Okay. If we could go fronts up again, and then I'll start coming down.
Listen in. Fronts up. 1.
Right, everybody been out off the ground so everybody can relax.
Yeah, that was all me, guys.
So rep Matt? Yeah, off. Completely off. All went well, so we'll rotate the wheels around, we'll start the rig, and we'll do what we need to with the undercarriage. But you can see where she's sat. That's the line where she's sat, and that's the full extent. So you can see where she's been sitting low on the undercarriage. But yeah, completely off. The brake's stiff on that wheel, but
Next steps are...
start the hydraulic rig. Do what we need to do with the hydraulics on the undercarriage. Once that's done, we'll start lowering her back down again. That's it. Hey, started first time. No, it's all for saving. I'd like to keep still through. Checking your own profile.
Explain what the plumb bomb's doing here.
So the plumb bob showing us here is showing that the aircraft is level front to back, port to starboard. So as we've raised her up, we've kept her level. I've been coming up and checking where we are, making corrections. So she's now sat pretty much damn level, as good as we can get her. Halfway through the process, the plumb was came to about this position, so we were nose forward. So a couple of times, as you've probably seen in the clips, we went up on the fronts 2 to 3 times sequentially, just to equal the balance out. And then we've continued coming up, and the final, after the wheels were fully off, we've come up, and she's pretty much on the centre point. She's a little bit, maybe half a forward, but we'll take that to be on the centre point. We'll do the same as she goes back down. I'll be up here, and we'll see where she is, making sure she goes down reasonably level. We'll still go backs and fronts down, but this gives us an indication of where she is. So she's sat pretty much level at the moment. So we'll start lowering, fronts together, backs together, and we'll get her down. And we have to make some small corrections, but we'll see where she sits. Follow the pump.
Be careful this jack, because
we're going to have to pump that jack up first.
Yeah, pump it,
lower.
and then it's going to have to spin it quickly to get it down.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the plan. Fronts down, 1 penny only.
That's it. It's good.
Just wait.
Okay, better than that one.
So you
Straight down yourself. That's the way you need to go, push away from it.
Right, it's no problem.
It'll be tight.
It's going down slowly.
No, it's falling down. The valve's not open.
Oh, is it?
There you go.
That'll do that.
Fronts down, 1 penny only.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
Slowly. Just touch. That's it. That's going down lovely. That speed is perfect.
When you start seeing it stop.
Must be a bit. What we do is just stop it. It doesn't stay in. Okay, close that off. Well done.
Yes, okay, come down together.
About 10 years ago, they got it out. Right, door down, yeah. Right, plane, front, down, one, please.
It's the oil reflecting, it makes it look like a gap. Yeah. Line front only, down 1 penny.
It's the piston seal which goes on the bottom of the piston of each of the 4 jacks that lift the aircraft. It's very old technology. It's a piece of formed leather. What sort of leather, in terms of cow, elephant or what, I've no idea. But we got them from a company which still makes them in Birmingham.
That would be the issue potentially with the jack that's leaking. I think that's faulty possibly.
Yes, what the jack that's leaking externally, what's happened is that as it's been standing, oil has seeped past the piston and got into the outer part of the jack, and then when you jack it up, it comes out the top. The fact that it's also sagging a little bit is probably not the same problem. That's probably one of the ball valves at the bottom of the individual jack rams. But we've got all the spares, so we'll give it a complete service before it gets used again.
We're free. We're free. Yeah. We're certainly not on the we're not on the jacking point. We're off the jacking point.
I've done it by hand. Okay.
It's also where
valves. Oh no, it's still clear. Yes, sir. No. Oh yeah, we've it's not the weight of the aircraft now, it's just
The weight of the piston.
Yeah.
That I mean,
oh, they don't come down very quick with just their own weight.
No, just so long as I get them clear, I'll shut the valve and that's it. I'll just check all 4 clear and that's it.
This side at the back is also clear.
That side's clear. Right there as well. That's it, everybody. We are back on the ground. Thank you very much indeed.
So, Pat, how did the lift and lower go? Any issues?
No, fantastic. All went fine. Thought we were going to have an issue with the starboard rear jack, but it works fine. Did what we wanted it to do, so no issues at all. Got what we needed to get done, so yeah, all good.
I'd like to introduce a great friend of mine who accompanies me a lot on these high-speed taxis we do. This is Nick Dennis. Nick is a well-experienced Vulcan captain, and not only a captain, but a qualified Vulcan flying instructor.
Yeah, many years ago.
So it may sound as though it's a different lifetime, but you rarely find anybody with more Vulcan experience than this gentleman.
I used to fly Vulcans. I spent 13 years on the Vulcans and started flying Vulcans in 1963 when they were all white in those days, anti-flash white, and they changed to the low-level role. The Vulcans went to the low-level role in 1964. So then that's when they started camouflaging the aeroplanes. To that point, it'd been a high-level role purely. We could fly up to 56,000 feet and That would be the purpose if we had to go to walls and fly a bit high level. But that all changed with low level. So we went flying the Vulcan at low level, which was quite an experience. We used to train quite regularly at low level. We had a low level route that went around the whole of the UK and up through to northwest Scotland, and it was very different to high level flying.
So, do you have any association 655?
Yeah, well, I used to fly it on 12 Squadron at Coningsby, and then when it moved to Cottesmore, at Cottesmore. And it's quite ironic, really, when I look back and I go back through my old photographs of when I was in the RAF, and there's a picture of the squadron lined up just about where I am now, perhaps a little bit further away. And we've got 655 behind us, the whole of 12 Squadron in front, and we had our squadron photograph taken in 1964. And when I look at that,
that was a particularly good year, 64.
It was incredible. But when I look at it and I think, you know, in 64, all those years ago, to be associated with that aeroplane then and to be associated with it now in 2025 is quite incredible. Quite incredible. So, so many years with an attachment to this aeroplane. And I must say, I think the aeroplane's probably looking a little bit better than me. It's weathered better.
Yours.
Wait.
So Rick, what are you doing here and what are we looking at?
Okay, so we've got the PFCU, Powered Flight Control Unit, which is used to operate the elevons. It's a electro-hydraulic unit. This is number 5, which we've had fitted on because we had a leak on it, now being repaired. Looks all dry, which is great news. See, number 6 is missing at the moment. Currently in the workshop, we're waiting to bench test it to make sure it's okay with no more leaks. And as soon as it's been bench tested, the plan is to refit it.
Martin, I believe you have unit number 6 in here.
Have I?
Somewhere. Ah. This is the PFCU number 6. So, do you know what the issue with this was? How it was getting off the aircraft?
No, I don't. It's probably leaks. Most of these seem to be leaking. So you've basically got the electric motor here, which then drives the hydraulic pump, which then when the pilot operates the joystick, mechanical rods go down the aircraft and across the wings, and then operate the valves. So basically,
And the actuator is connected to where?
yes, and then that is basically opening a valve, and then that operates the ram, which operates the flying control.
Excellent.
You've got one on here. One end's fitted to the aircraft and one's fitted to the flying control.
So Tim, what are you doing?
I'm recovering the jack into the hole over here.
Well, that jack into this hole here.
Yeah.
Mind how heavy are these jacks, Tim?
Hey?
How heavy are the jacks?
About 3/4 of a ton each.
Shove it that way. Yeah, I'm coming.
That was a bit heavy.
Now, we'll get